Welcome to Point Dabble Point, a weekly discussion where we get caught up on This Week in Stuttering John, walk slowly on a treadmill, and beg KB to like us. I'm Karl Hamburger, and with me this week, just like Susanna's new husband, John is mad about the blackmail from the Shuli network. It's Shuli Agar.
You have no idea how quickly my muscle memory is.
Hello. Also with us, a woman who was so popular in Vegas, she had to beat off fans with both hands from What's Over with Kaylee on YouTube. It's Lucy Tightbox.
Boom, 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 boom.
Welcome.
Hi.
This is the debut of Lucy on Point Dabble Point, right?
Yes, thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show. And finally, a man who plays a drunk Irishman on the internet from Hughezy Entertainment. It's Adam Hughes.
How's it going? Can confirm that I'm dealing with a hangover, but Karl, just say I wanted to avoid a hangover in advance and I could have something the night before. Would you happen to know a discount code and a product that I could use?
I actually do. It's called Banana Bag Oral Solution. It's amazing. It's a hydration formula, just like what you get in the hospital when you're in Iowa and you're by yourself and you drink yourself dehydrated the night before your comedy show. But thank you, Hughezy, for setting us up. We didn't even rehearse that, everyone. Can you believe it? How smooth that was? Now, the first thing I'm noticing with this panel today, and I was just commenting how I love this show because it's always a different panel every single week. And once again, we have a unique panel here. And when I watch Quadfather on Stuttering John's show, I always notice that he doesn't know how to get himself right in the camera. There's no headroom. It's cutting off the top of his hat. And Lucy has a similar thing, but for the right reason.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me just move up a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you want to cut off your face, that's also okay. I mean, you're doing this perfectly. You're nailing it right now.
I tried really hard. There was a lot of staging for this. It's good.
You're nailing it. Andrea agrees.
Yeah,
You're doing very well.
Thank you,
focus
Andrea.
on the immature part, but Lucy's audio upgrade with a microphone is looking good, right, Shuli?
Don't bring me in on your drunken rapey vibes over here, Hughezy.
Listen, we're all staring at her microphone, okay?
We're
Hughezy?
not a tag team over here. What's wrong with you?
We're all staring at it.
Like to raise her levels, right, boys? Against the will.
Look at these simps. They're supposed to be talking about me, and all they're doing is hitting on Lucy Tightbox.
Really, all they care about is a microphone when the tits is showing?
Yeah, you're right. I was giving him too much credit just now.
Hey, over under how long before Lucy gets a DM from John? Hey, if you're available and you want to come on,
Check your Twitter right now, Lucy.
Yeah.
He is not interested in me at all. He won't learn my name. He always, who is that bitch?
Give it time.
That's how he talks about
I'm
all
happy.
women.
Yeah,
that's just not you. That's just how he sees all women. Just so you know, they're all bitches. And they're all, that's how it is.
He thought that he liked my One Too Many review for a little bit, but then he was conflating me with mint salad.
Right.
So he was watching mint salad thinking that it was me.
Yeah, because
not the same woman.
If he had seen your review of One Too Many, he would know that I was on that episode.
Yes.
He definitely would not have liked it.
I did enjoy when she shoved the monument of my face up her ass.
I don't think he's seen that yet either.
Yeah, he's not behind the paywall. What's the where can people go to find that, Lucy Tightbox?
Everybody can see me playing with the Stuttering Johnson on my Patreon, which is Once Over with Kaylee, Cayley.
Do you know about this, Shuli, this gift that we got in the mail?
No. What did you guys get?
So some guy did a 3D, I don't think it was Corndiff, did a 3D print of two different dildos with John's head as the head of these. Do you have them with you right now, Lucy? Can you
I'm
show
going
us
to see if I'm going to
one of them?
hang on.
Okay.
Sitting on it?
But I was going to say, if she just
she's like,
stood
it's
up
right
and
here.
then sat back down,
just,
that would have been impressive.
No, it's incredible. It was made by Pony Power 2.
I hear they're fantastic. By the way. Yeah.
I was powered, let me tell you.
I love it.
But Karl, just I get badly hungover from whacking off. If I had some type of a product and a discount code to help me recover from whacking off the Lucy's porn videos, do you happen to be able to help me?
Yeah, actually, Magic Mind can help you focus during the refractory period. So I definitely recommend you go to magicmind.co/WATP show 20 to get 20% off your order of Magic Mind. Hughezy, anything you're selling today that I could set you up for? Hey,
Not
Hughezy,
on the air.
what if I'm looking for an alcoholic beverage that tastes like coffee?
Well, it's a good one. You get there's Conor McGregor's. It's called Black Forge. If you want to get injured up the nose during a fight, Black Forge, only $77 per pint.
How are there only 3 famous people from Ireland?
'Cause,
It's so bizarre.
Yeah, well, that's because U2 doesn't have a keyboard player.
Okay, that makes sense.
By
I
the
wanna-
way, can that company now work on a toy for men, like a John Pocket pussy, where like the pussy is like his mouth in mid stutter, like a good, like
it comes moist out of the box. Yeah.
oh yeah, I mean it's gonna
Right.
be lubed up. It's John's mouth. I mean,
I'm just
a
glad.
thought.
I'm just glad Shuli didn't mention Knight Melendez there.
Yeah, please. I'm a classy guy. I'm wearing a hat. And everything.
Okay.
Wow.
So check this thing out, because not only is it very attractive, obviously.
Obviously.
you look like a Price is Right model with that thing.
Now, was there paint on it before you tried it, or
No, I am considering coloring his hair. I'll be
Nice.
continuing to do fun things with this little guy.
But there's
That's
more to
great.
it than just that.
looks like SpaceX? Looks like that rocket that they launched.
I swallow come
It also talks.
forward.
Yeah. Just to make sure she's totally not in the mood. It
I
has
was
his voice
really
as
happy.
well.
I also got the tight box size.
Yes.
That's nice. That's travel
Yeah.
on the go, John.
It
you
was
know?
very thoughtful, very thoughtful. This one
That's
doesn't
good.
talk, which makes it mildly better.
That's good.
Yes.
I can't get people to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and she's getting double dildos sent to her.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Seems fair.
You see who's
Where's
runs
my
the show
dildo?
around here, right?
All right.
It's talking
I
into
want
a mic right now.
to
Hey,
talk
go ahead.
about. Go ahead.
Come
Lucy.
on.
I did tell Pony Power too. I was like, thank you so much. I said, I think that, Karl and producer Chris wanted to play with it as much as I did. And he said that he has toys coming for them as well. So
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Actually, producer Chris just got this from Tokyo Glow. We all got these in Largo, and then Chris's came a little bit later. I don't know if I could show this on YouTube or not.
Is that
It's pretty.
is that blackface Cardiff?
You can't tell by the hair. That's producer Chris.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow, that's frightening.
Spinning image. Yeah, it's a little nuts. I'm not gonna lie to you. Do you guys get fun toys over the Shuli network like this?
No, just the usual anti-Semitic threats. That's,
Yeah, they just spray paint my garage, but we both get stuff, Karl. We both, it's all the same.
burning crosses are a big gift out here in the South. They dig that.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. I want to talk about this week in Stuttering John. Of course, one of the big storylines is Shuli claims he has some insider information that he's gotten from people that John has confidence in, that he talks to regularly. And I can tell John's getting very nervous about this because he did a show today and he had Clay Dabbler on. And Clay Dabbler comes out and he says, I'm not going to do a stupid accent. He goes, "You don't include me in your list of friends, but I never divulge any information about you." Because I guess John's been talking about who might be feeding you information, Shuli. And Clay Dabbler felt left out. He's like, "I could be the snitch. Come on, man. What the fuck? You tell me stuff." But John is fucking paranoid because after Clay brings that up, John goes, "Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, let's talk about something else." So he's nervous. He does, and I know this just from my few conversations with John that I had before he was mad at me again, that he does like to divulge information immediately to people. So he does give up some juicy tidbits.
Yeah, and it's not just one person. He doesn't confide in just one person. It's anybody that enters his bubble is now a trusted confidant, and he will tell them everything he's working on, everything he wants to do. He just spills his guts immediately, and he knows he's freaking out because he knows I'm right. He knows what I'm saying is happening. He knows these dudes that are in his life kissing his ass are double agents, and he can't figure out which one. And I know he's pissed off at all of them. He's blaming all of them secretly. thinking they're all guilty. I know it, and he should. He should. I can tell you this, John. It's more than one. It's more than one, and it's nonstop. The amount of information I have, it's endless. It's endless.
Now, Shuli, what you just said, because this is on the Who Are These Podcast channel, I want to make sure, is what you just said illegal in Alabama? I've been told that what you're saying right now is an illegal thing to say.
Only if you're in Florida / New York / California while it's happening.
Okay.
That's the only way.
That's
yes.
how that works?
That's correct. And you know, I know, here's another piece of information. I know he's sending me some sort of brutal cease and desist.
Oh,
that
no.
I believe is oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've touched a nerve. He's now spent $50 on this shit. Or however much it costs on the Legal Shield.
All right. So since we're talking about John's friendships, his many friendships, he is predicting that Stevie Lou and KB will break up soon.
No way.
Because in John's mind, for whatever reason, like he wants KB's friendship so badly. It's so pathetic. And Bob Levy summed this up perfectly. He's like, just because you tell a girl she's beautiful doesn't mean she has to like you, John. But
right.
that's what he thinks, though. He thinks he's like, I complimented you and you're calling me a loser? Yeah, John, you're a loser. That's how that works, dummy.
Yeah.
So
he's hoping for their breakup, and he wrote it in his diary before going to bed the other night. Like he's such a little girl for Kevin. It's unbelievable. I've never seen it. I've never seen it from him.
So this is from yesterday's episode. I have a clip. You guys ready for a clip? Have you seen these before, clips? All right, this is from yesterday's episode, and he's telling Quad that they're not going to be friends very soon. And then this turns into one of the most pathetic conversations I've ever heard.
Well, no, I was going to say, give it time because Kevin will turn on him. You know, I mean, Kevin, I mean, they say I can't keep any friendships. I don't know, Quad. You and I have known each other for how long now?
Yeah, middle of January. So, yeah, a good 5 months now.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't recall us having any problems, have we?
All right. Yeah. So John and Quad have been going steady for 5 months, so you know he's a long-term relationship kind of guy.
100%, Karl. That's right. We've been together 5 months, and it's been great. Thank you.
Yeah, fucking Sam Elliott voice. But the thing about Quad and John actually argued the very first time John came on his show. Believe it or not, John was drunk and being really obnoxious to Lemmy.
Yeah.
Within 45 seconds, he asked her if she was in the anal.
Yep.
The answer was yes. But she, and so there was a whole big argument on his show, and John's forgot about it already. Do you think he doesn't know that Quad is Shuli's source?
Oh, shit. You just outed him.
It's 100% not a work, John. I swear to you, sir, I would not betray your trust.
So this is a man who is, I don't want to make things up, 58 and a half. You're not 60, John. You're 58 and a half.
And 5'7" and a half, ironically. 5'7" and a half and 58 and a half.
There's another 7.5 coming up in a little bit because I have some clips from yesterday's show that I can't wait to play for you guys. But this is a 58-and-a-half-year-old man who's talking about how he had a friend for 5 months. We've been friends for 5 months. That's pretty good, right? Quad's like, yeah, it's pretty good. Been friends a long time.
But that's something he brings up to defeat the whole argument.
Yes.
5 months. He goes, oh, I don't have any friends. Been friends with this guy for 5 months, so there goes that.
Yeah.
Also, they're not even friends.
No. Correct.
You're like a son to me, just like my daughter is.
He got mad that it took Quad a while to shower. Like, that's how good of a friend he is. What, does it take you all day?
Yeah, he never asked anything about Quad, about his life. This is how John operates, though, too, because there was that time that Quad came on. He was a little bit late, and he goes, sorry, I had somebody over to my house. And John goes, oh, a lady? And Quad goes, no, it's actually my caregiver. You know, I'm quadriplegic, so I have this person that comes over and helps me with stuff that I can't do. Like, this is something that John should know.
Right.
If they've ever had a real conversation about anything. Anyway, so this is John talking about real friendship. And he lists all the people who he's no longer friends with.
Oh, boy.
and why he's no longer friends with them.
Oh, this
Like
is great.
you have a David fat fuck gun who tries to walk out on a bar tab. I mean, wobble out on a bar tab with his fucking fat Oompa Loompa brother, and then fucking gets caught, and turns out all his credit cards are maxed out. That's a fucking douchebag. So yeah, those kind of friends I lose, like that hockey puck asshole and that Ryan Sharman. Yeah, I'll lose those, and that fucking lonely loony lady, Andrew Brower, and that freaking selfish freaking biatch Nikki B.
What an asshole.
But I don't when it's real friendship.
Okay. Now, first off, I want to point out there's a great saying that's out there that says if you run into an asshole in the morning, you ran into an asshole. If you run into assholes all day, you're the asshole.
Right.
It's just amazing that John, just like every person he's ever worked with, turned out to be an asshole. It's not him, though.
And to go back to the DG thing, again, we've proven it because we pulled the tape from that date, the following date of when that happened. DG was on the show again that next day, and there was no mention of this. There was no anger, no hostility between the two. Now, all of a sudden, this crime was committed between DG and his brother. So that already, he's bullshitting right out the gate.
Yeah, he definitely decides what the narrative is to suit his needs at that time in every scenario.
And then taking the shot at Nikki B, who this woman's done nothing wrong. And he offered to help. She didn't ask for help. He offered to help, to be the big shot. And to this day, it drives this woman crazy. It's unbelievable.
Also, John, I think you missed a few people who you've had a falling out with. I don't think those are the only ones. I mean, there's Jackie Martling, there's Hal Sparks, there's Noel Kassler. All four of Midas Touch brothers. One of them got married 2 weeks ago. I don't think you were there. Tony Michaels, Artie Lang, Gary Delabate, Anthony Cumia, Stevie Lou.
Stephanie Miller, shout out.
I mean, the list just goes on and on and on of all these people that John is butting up with. And guess what? In the near future, probably Quadfather will be on that list too. I'm just guessing, because John makes it so difficult to be his friend. He brings up Hitman Dan. Now, Hitman Dan and him have known each other since they were 10 years old. I know that because John won't shut up about it. And so John's going to explain what a great friend Hitman Dan is.
So there you go. And one of my best buddies, Hitman Dan, is at my house right now. He just hung curtains and is handling the water system. And I didn't even ask him to do it. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, he's getting you all set up for summertime, huh?
He is the best.
So, Shuli,
John's co-worker turned up as well?
yes, correct. Because, and Shuli, I love your reaction, because to be John's friend, you have to be doing things for him, whether it's giving him money, giving him information, or putting up curtains in his house. So John says, I didn't even ask him to do these things. You bought your house a year ago. Dan's just like, hey, I'm going to stay at your house. I mean, can we get the water thing figured out? Can we get some curtains up on the fucking windows? These are things we took care of immediately when my wife and I bought a house in Florida.
My take on this is he didn't ask him. John's mom probably had to ask him to do this. You know what I mean? Because he's so out of touch with all of this. And, he's too busy bragging about how he owns a house, yet he's doing nothing to take care of the fucking house.
Yeah, I would even go as far to say that Hitman Dan isn't there because John wasn't visibly under the influence of nose beer. And why would he pass up some sweet Tonight Show Coors stories time instead of recording with Shuli's mole Quadfather?
So here's the dynamic you have to understand, Hughezy. He's saying the Hitman Dan's at his house in Florida. John is still in Canoga Park. Now, I thought, and tell me if you thought this too, Shu, I thought he was supposed to be out of his apartment at the end of May. But he's still there.
Yeah, according to my sources, my multiple sources, he is leaving the 14th.
To go to Vegas, to beat up
to start the road trip of fury, if you will, the Fury Road that John is going to go down. But what's interesting here is, and congratulations again to Oscar, his graduation ceremony is the 13th. Okay. And John is leaving the 14th, but according to my sources, he will not be attending that ceremony. He is has not been invited.
Well, that's interesting because he loves to take pictures of himself at the gym.
Mm.
So if he does go to the ceremony, I would expect to see a selfie or two.
Yeah, I mean, prove it. That's what I say. I mean,
if
maybe
he doesn't do that, then I would assume that he wasn't there.
Almost like Jamaica.
Yeah, almost like Jamaica, where he found
What?
those different resolution photos from different parts of the internet.
That'd be great if it's like graduation photos from like 1984 or something. He's like, look, there I am.
Too bad his nephew wasn't there to Photoshop his son's head on someone. That's too bad.
So yeah, that's. I guess he's leaving the 14th, and I guess he's got to be out of there by then. But a little fun fact that now has kind of this whole trip was him, whatever he could fit in the Mercedes, and 2 cats, and now I saw a tweet yesterday or today that he's going to a rescue shelter to get information about flying cats to New York. So he's going to fly him to New York and then drive. But again, it's like when he went to the AAA to go to get his license renewed. You know, it's like, no, you have to go to the DMV. I don't know how he made it this far in life. Like
she's a child.
His
like
mom.
he didn't have carriers for these cats. He was just gonna put them in the back of this fucking car. I'm telling you.
No, even if he had carriers, you can't transport cats in a car across the country.
No,
it's not feasible.
2 cat carriers in a Mercedes, that's your back seat. That's it.
Right. Well, he's also got that new 50-inch TV that he wants to transport, too.
It's going to be on top of the cat's head.
Dude, that was one of the funniest things when he's looking up at his TV. He's like, I'm going to bring my TV's almost new, so I'm going to bring that. It's a 50-incher. A 50-inch TV? Do they make those still? What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying.
It's like a cell phone. What do you do with a 50-inch TV?
You watch your VHSs on them.
Yeah, right.
Well,
watch his old Tonight shows.
The fact that he has no plan mapped out at all, you know, weeks away from this whole life-changing move, driving across the country, just goes to show John is definitely legit. What you see is what you get with that.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know?
There's a lot of performative John, which I tend to skip over and ignore when he's trying to put on a show and trying to be entertaining. But when I find the real John and then I see who he really is, that's where it's astounding to me. Like, somebody brought this up. Why wouldn't John just find a home for those cats in California? Isn't that what he should do at this point?
Absolutely. Guillermo takes all the shitty beer. Why not take the cats? You know?
I'm sure there's someone who would welcome them and give them a home. Trying to transport them to New York and then transport from New York to Florida is ridiculous. And he's also inconveniencing everybody else, too, because now his mom has to go pick up the cats from the airport and then bring these cats back to her house. It's just a huge pain in the ass. Also, didn't he say he took the cats from the kids? Like, those weren't... I remember years ago, him talking about the cats. He's like, well, you know, I took the cats because I think that their living situation, they couldn't have cats or something like that. Like, give them back to the kids or something, or Susanna and Aaron. Let them... There's got to be a better solution, is my point, than flying these cats across the country and then down to Florida.
Right. I mean, New York is the first stop for these cats, right? And so you're bringing cats in. I don't know if you have... I know John offered to take care of your cats in Florida. Do you have cats?
I have had cats. I don't right now.
Right. So you don't have them. So that's even more psychotic when you hear, you know. But so you now bring 2 new cats. I don't know if John's mom has a cat, but if she does, that cat's going to be very territorial. You're bringing 2 new cats into a situation. They're going to hide under something. You're not going to see them for a fucking week. They're not going to come out. Then he's got to get them out, put them back in the cages, and then drive from New York to Florida with them in the car.
It's not feasible. I don't see it happening.
He's going to end up just leaving them there. You know that.
Or they're dead.
Let's get... I haven't seen him in a while. Let's get caught up real quick. Mr. Majestic $5 says, is John denying what we can all prove as true delusions or bravado? He's trying to convince us, or is his brain too soaked he believes his own lies? Now, I assume that you're referring to how he's in shape now. He's working out and he's all buff. Like, John's body transformation over a week's time is incredible. I mean, I've watched some of the Avengers movies and they can't pull that shit off. It's like a superhero.
Listen.
You have no idea how quickly my muscle memory is.
Yeah, it's all muscle memory, Karl. You don't know that?
Yeah, he was in such great shape before that it only made sense for him to snap from a Axl Rose into Axel Foley overnight. Like this is a Night Melendez's dad. They know about transforming bodies into temples, right? Kaylee, you were telling me that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good point. Jason Bark, FSJ, thank you for being a member. Michael P, $5 says, I'm looking forward to an SJ Jack LaLanne inspired juicer. Amazing how he got into shape in just a week. Go Bills. Maybe the Bills can pick him up.
Oh,
The Baloney Factory coming in with $10 says, someone 3D print Lucy a John's vibrating finger to review.
I don't know if I want that or if I don't want that.
if your G spot's a dog leg right, then yeah, you
It'll be
definitely want it.
perfect.
You know,
As I said before, with John's knuckle, when he fingers you, it counts as fisting.
fact.
By the way, Baloney Factory, we were hanging out in Vegas, me and Lucy and Baloney Factory. He's a great guy. Went to the Punk Rock Museum where I got this Descendant shirt. Yep, I'm bragging. I'm showing off. I don't care.
Tourist. All right, go ahead. Yeah.
Hugh Essay, $2 says, can the company make an SJ Baldo for Karl? I'll look into it, sir. That's a good idea. There's our buddy, Pony Power 2. I had sent one to the Shuli network as well. Check your mail. Oh.
Frog.
Yeah, what the
Ow.
fuck? Nice. The Looney Tunes critic, $5 says, Lucy, for accuracy, you should paint the dildo hair with actual soy sauce. And just let it run down.
It's true that it's not juicy enough.
Yeah.
It looks so presidential. It's great.
No, by the way, it lights up too. Did you see how the balls light up? Could you hit that button for us?
I don't think that you can see it
can't see
under my
it?
lighting.
Rub one out.
Let's see.
Hey,
No,
John, we're
under my
talking.
lighting.
That dildo won't shut up.
Noah Steve says, met Lucy in Largo. She's got serious ink, sexy as fuck.
Thank you.
Barnes and Noobs, one of the all-stars of Dabblers Anonymous. The other night, to prove he's not a narcissist, Dummy attempted to turn admitting to making mistakes and being wrong into a brag by telling us how he forgot his keys at the gym. I saw your video about that, actually. This fucking idiot. He's like, I know I'm not a narcissist because I admitted that I shouldn't have left my keys and wallet at the gym. I mean, there's a lot of other things you should probably admit to first before that.
Yeah, like being an idiot after that statement, you know?
Zach Oppman, Lucy, fuck, marry, kill, John Adam Imholt, Quadfather. Oh, John, Aaron, I think. Oh, wait, okay.
Yeah,
This is
fuck,
like-
marry, kill. Aaron
This is
M.
4
Holt.
different people. No, I think it's. Is it Adam Hughes? All right, let's say it's Aaron Imholt. Stuttering John, Aaron Imholt, and Quadfather. Fuck, marry, kill.
I think I would fuck Quadfather. Marry, oh Jesus Christ in heaven, that's the worst. Marry Aaron because it'll be a divorce soon.
Yep.
And kill John.
You know what? I believe
That's
you.
a rough one.
No, I believe you. I think that you nailed that one just now. That was good.
All
DPM.
right, Lucy. Let's see if your tight box is 100%. Let's see that.
Sorry, John, I can't do your show anymore. I'm
Sorry,
I'm getting
sir.
hitched.
I'm backed up in Lucy's tight box right now, sir.
DPM $5 says, Lucy, you should have John on your movies podcast. He can flex his NYU film degree. Just don't cover any movies not shown on HBO in 1987.
I don't think that there is a single person whose opinion on movies I respect less than John's.
Yes. I don't get it. Citizen Kane, not even that good a movie. I don't get it.
One too many. Amazing.
Yeah, right. It's very funny. Mechanical 8 $5. That's the funny thing about John is that he'll admit that one too many isn't great. Unless someone compliments, he's like, yeah, no, I know. It's good, right? You can't wait
Right.
to get the validation. Like, yeah, no, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I go, boy, John, that was a real stinker. Yeah, tell me about it. But it had some solid jokes. You know what? It really did when you think about it.
The Mechanic 8 $5. Quad calling John sir constantly is so fucking pathetic. How long will this dude address his longtime friend like he's his father? Yeah, that bit is weird.
But that's that I can explain that one. Shuli tells Quad to do that so they know when to timestamp it. It helps
smart.
with the editing process.
That makes sense. Dixon Cider became a YouTube member. Big fan, Dixon Cider. I use my underwear to wipe. $5. I haven't seen that one before. John was abusing Clay on his stream today. He's a jerk to anyone who will put up with it. customer service delivery people, and now his harg washer. Yeah.
This doesn't happen a lot, but I'm actually going to defend John here. I'm going to stick up for John, and I'm going to say that at least when Quadfather's blowing John, he doesn't talk. Clay won't shut the fuck up. And so, if you're going to wash the guy's balls and suck his dick, just keep it in your mouth and do your job. Let him do the show. No one's tuning in to hear what Clay Dabbler's thoughts are on every. Do what Quad does. Like I tell Quad, I'm telling you, do the same thing. Just say yes, sir, agree, and put it in park. That's it. That's all you got to do.
He does talk a lot on that show. I was watching it today just before we came on here, and John was looking for a video clip that he couldn't find. I know, you're shocked. I swear to God, this totally happened. And he didn't remember where it was, and he's looking all over for it. He thought it was on howardstern.com for some reason. No, I swear to God, he goes, oh yeah, I think it's on howardstern.com. No. And so as he's looking for this clip, Clay Dabbler's just blah, 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 which I prefer, honestly, and this is hard for me to say, but I prefer this.
I love a parade.
I don't know what percentage of John's show is that, but it's got to be over 15. I would imagine.
Wait, Looney Tunes critic does something for us every now and then. Well, he'll take all the speaking out of a full episode and just leave in the uhs. And he calls it the Wizard of Uhs. And a full 2-hour show with just the uhs is like 48 seconds, 50 seconds of uhs. Yeah.
I love it. It's fantastic. So, John finally found the clip. So, Clay Dabbler's talking and filling the time. And actually, to Clay's credit, he goes, yeah, John, you should probably prep. You should probably be ready with this stuff, which is what we all tell him, but he'll never listen to us. And so that'd be funny if like his kids were just like, all right, I've asked you to leave the Dabbleverse. You're not going to do that. Can you at least prep? Can you at least write down where you saw the video or copy the URL, Dad? I mean, I'll show you how to do it.
Can you get a little better at this, Dad? A little.
You're embarrassing us. The fact that John, okay, don't let me lose my thought on John finding this video. All right, help me come back to that. But the fact that John worked for NBC in the 2000s into the 2010s and doesn't know how email attachments work. He literally doesn't know. So if you send him a video or a photo or an image or something and he needs to show it on his show, he has to go into the email, show you who sent it to him, and then click the little preview thing to show the image. He doesn't know how to download an attachment, save it somewhere, and then pull it up on his show so he doesn't dox everyone who helps him with shit. How's that possible?
A former writer for The Tonight Show doesn't know how email works. Figure that out.
John, and then he blames the people who send him shit. He's like, how am I supposed to not dox people? They send me this stuff. I got to show it on my show. John, you download the attachment. I mean, it couldn't be easier than this. And then you save it wherever you, I mean, it'll default to your downloads folder. That's fine too. I wouldn't even knock you if you're opening shit for your downloads folder. At least you know where it is.
The problem is that he doesn't have any actual friends who are going to show him how to do that. Like, he's the type of person who needs somebody to physically sit down with him, and nobody will do that ever.
He did. Hell Sparks literally was watching John and went, I got to teach this guy how to plug in a fucking Ethernet cable into his computer. Drove 5 hours from Vegas to show John how to do it. And John burned that fucking relationship like he does every other one. So that's the problem. Like, Richard Ojeda's not going to teach him how to fucking download an attachment.
He recently had Dabbling Dan. Shout out Dabbling Dan. He recently had Dabbling Dan teach him how to shave with the new razor that he bought. And I guess he stopped taking his calls because now he's missing parts of his mustache. It's awful, but yeah, man, that's John. What are you gonna do?
I did want to ask. I do have that in my notes. Is he doing that on purpose, not shaving that one part of his mustache?
We were thinking about it,
but hold on. Before I get into that, before I get too far off, so he's looking for this video. It's taking him forever, like it always is. And he finally finds it, and you won't believe the video he was looking for. He's like, I just saw this yesterday. You got to see this video. I think it's on howardstern.com. He finally finds it, and it was when Bagel Boss came in and challenged you to a celebrity boxing match. And I went, Jesus Christ, this again? John, come on. We've been over this, buddy.
not only has everyone seen the video a million times, but you can find it in 2 seconds on YouTube. Like, why does it take him so long to find these things?
It's funny
And
you say
John,
that.
You can download the video just like you download pictures of people's families.
Yeah.
You know how to
Yeah.
do that. So just take that knowledge and do it to videos.
It's funny you say that because eventually the way he finds it is by going to YouTube, and he goes, I should have just gone to YouTube immediately.
Of course. Of course. Idiot.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, is John, and I don't know why he thinks this is a sick burn or what he's hoping to accomplish with it, but his thing now is he likes to just show photos of people's wives or family members, and he thinks that's a sick burn. Like,
Well,
I see those people every day, so I know what they look like, but good stuff.
I got a little 411 for you, Carl, and for the Dabbleverse. You know, John,
Nice.
when he's going to be in New York, has a rather important meeting that he has to go to. And, you know, his conduct is really what's important in this meeting. Not his conduct at the meeting, his conduct in life leading up to this meeting.
Interesting.
And so when he does the things he does, and he's continuing to do them nonstop, it just makes me realize that he could care less about this meeting. And it's an important one for anyone, you know, that cares about someone. Let's say that. All right. If you have someone in your life that you care about and they're asking you to be a certain way and to stop acting a certain way, and you double down and go harder, all that says is you don't give a fuck about that person in your
Now,
life.
Important people in your life, I would imagine that's friends, business associates, maybe family members.
Yeah, could be any one of the three. Absolutely.
Do you want to narrow it down for us? Do you know any information about the Shuli?
What do I know? What do I know? I'm just throwing shit at the wall. Let's say family.
Oh,
For shits and
John.
giggles.
John, what are you doing? No wonder he's taking videos down. I do that to put it behind my paywall. And because
Yeah,
I know that if my family saw that, they'd be outraged.
But the problem is, you taking them down means nothing. Everybody has them. Everybody can cut up clips. We got some talented people out there. You don't think clips of you talking about people's family are going to get around and get to people? I mean, it's just a matter of time. And so my thing is, why would you do that? What do you gain? Is it just about the fight and nothing else? That's really what it comes down to, I think.
Well, he's a selfish prick. I mean, it's very obvious. By John's actions, it's very obvious. He only cares about himself. He doesn't care.
Correct.
I mean, we've covered this before.
Yep.
He said on his show that his son told him to stop dealing with the Dabbleverse and to get offline. And
Which one?
Well, I don't know. I think it's the youngest, the smart one, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Not the one who dropped out of college, but the smart one. And he did come off the internet for a week. I think he was suspended. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that it came right fucking back. Hughezy, have you been watching any of John's escapades this week? I think you picked up on.
I did get speaking to Lemmy the other day, and she told me that Stuttering John, who made an appearance on the BYB podcast, and to be fair, now this is funny. Kaylee will enjoy it. I mean, Lucy will enjoy this one, not the docs. Stuttering John said that he thought that Lemmy was hot enough for him to, quote, make white tour.
Did he really use the Kevin Brennan thing?
Yeah, of course. That's it. He all Stuttering John's insults come from whatever Kevin Brennan said to Shuli or Bob first. So all his hilarious inventive lines come from Brennan too. And I said to Lemmy, like, you have giant tits, but then I also said that stuff, you shouldn't let him get away with saying that. But she's still in that honeymoon phase of, holy shit, that's the guy from Howard Stern. What's he like behind the scenes, Shuli?
Dickhead.
They work together. All right, so I'm glad you brought that up because John was on BYB. I haven't watched it. Most people haven't. But he almost didn't make it there. And he's going to explain to us what happened.
I know, but and Quad, I totally fucking forgot about it. This was the Chrissy Mayer incident all over. because again, I had about 8 beers. And I was like, shit. I had 8 beers. I already promised Derek, I'm not gonna screw him over. That's how I felt with Chrissy Mayer. And thank God I drank a Monster. I drank one of these babies. So I was like kind of like still okay. And then I just had 2 more beers during your show. But man, I mean, I don't know. I see it's weird to me. I didn't feel drunk at all.
No, you were fine, man. We had a blast. We were glad to have you on.
You were great. I can't do the quad.
Hey, I don't feel anything either, so it's all good here, John.
Yeah, you were given endless thigh slappers, which I don't even have anymore.
We're going to be watching the BYB episode tonight on Rico. And
I heard he was very drunk on there. Yeah.
That's what I heard as well. And we're bringing Granny on for a little bit because I want to talk to Granny about this shift in BYB and how their leader is now basically a little pet sitting at John's feet.
A ball washer.
Man.
I mean, over the top ball washing that's going on here.
Well,
Granny, that only keeps going until Shuli stops paying him to spy on John.
That's true. That's a good point.
But I just wish one person would super chat while Quad's on with him and say, who you voting for? Because believe it or not, Quad, you'll never guess by looking at him, isn't going to vote for Biden, let's just say, or anyone that's not born with natural blonde hair.
It's worse than that, though, Hughezy, because Missy B was in a Gavin McGinnis chat room the other day.
I knew it. I'm done with her. I'm cutting her off.
Yeah, right.
God damn it.
And she even said the Quadfather was in there trying to ball wash a Proud Boy. That was in the chat room. I don't know if John would be super thrilled about. I mean, he shouldn't care either way, but I don't know that he'd be super thrilled about that.
Have you seen the ball washing I've done for John? I could do that for you, sir. I'm available.
All right. So John says, I almost didn't make it on the show because I totally forgot about it. Now, I was watching an episode earlier in the week where John says he's the best memory in all of the Dabbleverse. He never forgets anything because he loves to claim that. But for some reason, he forgot he committed to the BYB podcast and drank 8 beers and started watching the Yankees game. And I just want another word of advice. If John would listen to me, I might change his life. So successful people have these things called calendars. And the reason why we do that is because we have like lots of appointments and meetings and obligations. And then we put them on a calendar, and that way we don't miss appointments and meetings and obligations. Like, for example, producer Joe reached out to me and said, hey, we got to meet about Dabblecon 2, August 16th and 17th. Comedy at the Carlson, carlsoncomedy.com for tickets. And he reached out to me today, and I said, all right, let's do it next week. And I put the meeting in my calendar so that I'll be there for that meeting. It's really that easy, John. It comes on your phone. I know it's a very inexpensive phone that you have there, but it does have a calendar app. And then you can add all these appointments on there and not do another Chrissy Mayer incident where you're drunk before you show up to someone's show.
Do you genuinely think, Karl, he knows how to use the calendar app on his
No!
phone?
He definitely does not. Definitely does not. But you know what? You know, easy it is to learn anything you want to learn these days. YouTube, once again, YouTube, how to use the calendar app on an iPhone. And there's 38 videos right there of a guy going, all right, here's what you do. Open the app up. You might need to update it. Hit updates, you know?
Yeah,
all the stupid steps.
You think he can work the calendar on his phone? Look at his mustache, Hughezy. Look at he can't work an electric razor. I mean, forget a calendar.
He might be dumb. All right. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about this because he's talking about being a guest on BYB.
Good times. It's all good.
But I also heard that guy on the show was a big Shuli Karl supporter.
Oh, okay. This is a big deal right now. John was on the show for about an hour, then he left, and then other people came on, like Stevie Lou and this other guy who John heard is a fan or a supporter of Shuli and or Karl. So let's see if Derek can worm his way out of this one.
A real one?
Are you talking?
I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah.
We'll
Maybe someone from Argentina. I don't know. We'll find out.
About Uncle Jack, the guy that popped on there at the end?
Yeah.
I mean, I know he watches the. He's a Bob fan. I don't know. He doesn't really like Shuli that much. He kind of knows Bob and whatever. They're friends, but he's not a huge Shuli guy. I wouldn't say that.
Okay. I'll let the rest of this play.
Oh, by the way, Quad, I just posted a new picture from the gym.
All right. So fucking Quadfather had a chance to put his unmovable foot down and finally say, yeah, it happens. There's going to be people on our show who like WATP or the Shuli Network or Uncle Rico show. Like, is that okay? Can I still be on this show? But John insists on making it so difficult to be his fucking friend. He's just like, and I heard you had a person on your show who enjoys Karl's show. No, we definitely not. We definitely make sure that nobody enjoys WTP before we let him on our show, John.
I've been on BYB.
Right. Yes.
Multiple times I've been on BYB.
Now Quad's got some splaining to do.
I know. I know.
Right.
I've hung out with Uncle Jack. He's a good dude. I've known him for a while. He's been a supporter of the network and everybody on the network. And Quad just has to lie to a grown man.
Yep.
To keep his position on that show. That's the reality of that whole thing there.
I've been using the word pathetic way too much lately, but I can't think of a better word.
There's no
for
other
it.
way to describe it. There's no other way to describe it.
Like, what the fuck? He goes, Quad, I heard you had a guy on who likes my enemies. And Quad's like, no, I wouldn't do that.
I mean,
of course not.
Just think how ironic it is in 2024 where there are 4 people here watching a handicap man. We're all thinking, stand up for yourself.
Yes.
I mean, how crazy is that?
Hughezy, how you doing, buddy? You gonna hang in there with us? How you feeling?
I'm pretty good. I was just remembering, though, that Quad does all that for free, so it's not like he's getting paid.
Right.
He's doing it for the love of the game.
Well, the way that he gets paid is John showing up on BYB from time to time that John can't even fucking set himself. Here's another idea. Set yourself an alarm on your phone. That's an easy app too. You can set an alarm. It beeps. It gives yourself 10 minutes to get prepped and go on the show. He can't even bother to do that, even though Quad spends endless hours with this loser. And that's the only payment he gets in return.
Yeah, the thing is, Stuttering John's going to ruin BYB because that's been Quad's sort of project, a hobby for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Like he almost made he called Lemmy's children racist once because they may use because they're children and they may say a certain word on the playground. He's like, and you allow them to say that? And he's like, no, you dumb. Well, we're live on YouTube. Yeah. But it's just that I just love the fact that Stuttering John, no matter what he does, he can make a care worker quit, and I think this is what we're going to see soon.
You think so? You don't think this is a long-term friendship that's going to blossom over time?
I think it'll be over by the time Weezer plays Buddy Holly on Tuesday.
There's your prediction
Monday.
right there.
Fuck, I need to fix my calendar.
I still can't figure out what Quad's end game is.
No, none of us.
To walk.
Like, well, that's his hopes and dreams. Let's not crush those immediately.
Well, that segues nicely into Dang Lizard's €5 saying, I'm sure Quad is some kind of bet and gets money just for how long he makes it in this Friendships show. I think he beat most people except DG already. Yeah. I can't imagine. I mean, what else? Even if that's what's in it for him, that he's winning a bet or making money, I mean, I'm just hoping he's Shuey's mole, because otherwise, this is a giant waste of time.
I mean, hope. What do I know? Mole.
Full T-Head says, need a dunk tank with Nair for Hughezy at Dabblecon.
Look at that sore, his fungus sore. Oh. And it's spreading to the other hand. Did you see that, Karl?
Yes. I love that you guys said it's like a magic trick. He's like, now it's over here.
It's amazing.
It's incredible. He gets
and you're just thinking of him at that gym touching everything, and it's like, oh my God.
Dude, they talked about bed bugs at Hackamania. How about ringworms at Planet Fitness? Let's talk about that.
I just think it's funny that Shuli thinks he's actually going to the gym.
What are you talking about? There was a full... Oh, I think he said he's going to stream from the gym to prove the deniers. The Holocaust deniers. Yeah.
What a fucking dork. I have clips on here later where he starts showing images to Quad of him at the gym. On what plan is this what guys do when they get together? Yeah, check this out. I was pretty sweaty. This is post-workout. Yeah, you're hot, John. Also, John's been flexing his bicep on the show lately. Is there anything more embarrassing that someone could do?
Well, and he doesn't do it right too. He like smushes his arms up like this. He's like, "Look at my biceps." It's like a little kid trying to show you how strong he is.
Yeah,
I used to joke that my biceps invert because I'm so weak, but I'm pretty sure I have bigger biceps than him. It's like disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
And only Stuttering John would boast about workout equipment. The guy in a wheelchair. It's like, yeah, that's not uncomfortable at all, John. Silly cunt.
Yeah, right. Andrea Brower's in here. Excellent PDP, as always. Great guests, too. Karl and Shuli always bringing it. Thank you, Andrea. Appreciate that. Danny Brophy, $5, says, Streets are saying John will be banned from Stevie Tomatoes when he returns to Florida. Oh, hey, Shuli. Hughezy, love your Twitter feed. So,
X, actually.
I've seen that as well. The rumors that Stevie Tomatoes is annoyed with this patron and do not want him in their establishment anymore. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've been there. It's kind of a cool place. So if he gets banned, I'll go there.
Yeah, you drew on the wall there.
I didn't actually draw on a wall in there.
Okay. Well,
Carol
told me you did.
Yeah, Carol Dillon with 10 euros says, Shuli and Karl missed all week with the time difference. Sorry it has been covered, but SJ's new boyfriend sounds like Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. Also, SJ's muscle memory / gym story is retarded. Yes, correct. Dang, I'd rather hang out with Buffalo Bill, I think. Less unnerving.
Yes, sir.
Dang Lizard, 5 euro says, what will end first? 1 for SJ, 2 for his car, 3 for the spectacular car crash that will be his last TV appearance.
Well, so he did say he was going to be streaming from the car, but he's got to get one of those phone things so he can put. So that won't be too distracting.
That won't happen. He won't. Dude, he'll end up doing the Opie thing and duct taping it to the visor. I swear Opie did that.
Then he said, "I'll probably drive 8 to 10 hours and then stream and go to a pub, whatever pub is into." So his rest stops, his stops to refuel are bars along the pubs along the way.
Yeah. But I'm sure there'll be like really significant historical sites though, right? That he's going to.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to come buy me a beer, I'm across from the largest ball of twine. I'm on the highway.
I'll need alibis for when I'm arrested for the rape of Kate Meany.
Like Rolling Stone, $2. John's cats, even more pussy that John hates. That hates John. I get it.
I like Rolling
It works
Stone.
both ways. Yeah.
J-Dad coming with $5. Waiting for John to start telling Quad, I bet you can walk. It's all muscle memory. TSN for life. Mentor math rules. Mentor math does rule.
Hell yeah, J-Dad.
I love those videos. And also, Sheet Shitterson, I saw you guys. I was playing on WTP this week. I saw you guys were playing it too. All the threats of lawsuits. Part 1 and 2.
It's so great. It's so great. I love it.
Levy Grande. SJ muscle memory has dementia. Dang Lizard. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, we said on the show the other day, him constantly accusing us of doing all this fake stuff, views and memberships and super chats to demonstrate how it's done on his show, since he is the one accusing us of this. And today he put out a tweet basically saying the exact opposite. Because he's accused us of this, it's now our responsibility to prove that he is wrong.
Right.
So it's the complete ass backwards logic. For a guy who threatens lawsuits every fucking week, you think you know a little bit more about the law. A little bit.
He's so bad at proving this too, because he had a Dynamite panel on the other day. He had Quadfather and Rob Saul. And the three of those guys couldn't agree on what was being bought and who was buying what. And, they're like, well, he's obviously buying views, but also super chats. Rob Saul's like, well, I'm not sure about the super chats things. And then John goes, well, no, I know he's buying 50% of his super chats, I think. Like, literally, John goes, well, I know it's at least 50%, I think.
Yeah.
You guys are so bad. You don't even have confidence in yourself when you make these things up.
He had 1,700 live viewers today, and he goes, these are fake, and already he knows who bought them.
Yeah.
Right? He goes, Frog got it, dildo, whatever he calls him, Phil Joe.
There's a budget for it. Yeah.
Right, and he goes, it couldn't have been me. I just went to the bathroom. I couldn't have done. Like, this is his logic. It's unbelievable.
That reminds me of when Chad Zubak was on his show, and he just looks down at his phone for a while, and he's not really saying anything. And then a super chat comes up and he's like, come on, guys, let's start super chatting. It's just like, all right, well, that was obviously you who did that. And John, when you go to the bathroom, you could definitely do things from the, I mean, not that he can because he's an idiot.
Right.
But if he did know how to buy stuff from his phone, he would easily be able to do that. So real quick, I have to bring this up because, so you got Quadfather and Rob Saul on with Stuttering John. And they said on this show, which I found hilarious, they go, I don't know, man. Bob Levy surrounding himself with people like that from TSN, it's a bad look. And I'm like, are you guys looking at each other? You're worried about who Bob Levy's surrounding himself with? It's fucking two losers head Stuttering John.
Right.
What are you guys talking about?
It's the MLC JV squad, you know? It's the bench
Which, by
warmers.
the way, MLC is already the JV squad. It's already turned into the
Correct.
JV squad. So now it's like modified
Correct.
sports we're talking about. What the fuck? This whole Dabbleverse is getting, it's not going better as far as the talent that's showing up on these shows over and over again. Now, the creators who are showing up, like we've been talking about, the 1-800 Dabblers and the Sheet Shittersons and the Baloney Factories and all these guys, they're killing.
Pony power twos.
Menser, yes, correct.
And people like My Lost Interest, Franklin Scheckler, is it Stally 19 or Stally?
Yeah, Stalin 19, yeah.
Stally 19 doing a lot of steel toe stuff. A lot of great people out there. Good shit.
But as far as personalities go, like you're watching these people, you're just like, is Stevie Lou going to say something funny ever? I wouldn't put money on it.
Sucker's bet. That's a sucker's bet.
Dang Lizard 5 euros says another poll. A, cats are unalive already. B, cats will be abandoned. C, cats don't survive the transport. D, the cats will be fine. Well, I ain't taking D. I can tell you that.
B
That's not
and
what
C.
I hear.
Yeah.
But no, those cats are definitely dead after they were sexually assaulted.
Wow. All right, now you got
That
to
was
prove.
option E.
Now you got to prove that I sexually assaulted my cats, Hughezy, if you're going to say that. Candace comes in with $2. Says, anyone else die because they went to Hackmania? 4 so far. Yes. The death count is up to 4 so far. Reels coming in with $20. Love you, Reels. I'm smitten with Lucy. Any chance we could have dinner the weekend of Dabblecon? Maybe char steak or somewhere of your choice?
I do really love Char, so maybe
Char
we'll have
is
to
nice.
talk about that.
I can
Char
vouch
is a
for
good
Reels.
place.
He's a bot. He's a fake viewer, but he's
Yeah,
a good,
right.
He's a good dude. He's a really good dude.
I mean, those are my favorite dudes, are the bots. So.
Yeah.
I will say that the steaks at Char cost a lot of pesos.
That is true.
So save up. Maud Levy, $5. This just in from Dom DeLuise. Does Lucy have big areolas?
No.
Oh, I
That
thought
is-
you were going to show us.
I don't have it, but it's a drop from John's show or super
Oh,
chatter
right.
Dom DeLuise.
That's right.
asked him that.
Gina's Cannoli, $2 says, who was annoying guy on panel flirting with Jenny?
Carl?
I don't. Which show are we talking
photograph
about?
Of Gina,
It's got to
I
be.
hope- I hope that photograph of Gina isn't photoshopped over and over again, because that would be rude and inappropriate. Send them all to me.
What do you think this is referring to, Lucy? Do you know?
It's got to be Dick Masterson, right?
Oh, maybe it was. That would be Dick Masterson would be the answer.
I do like Carl as the answer better, though.
Yeah, that was funny. Tar coming in with Charles Manson hair is my favorite version of John. He's still stupid, but just looks crazy instead of like a sad loser.
Is that Night?
Yeah, maybe
I
before
believe
that.
so.
Yeah, maybe the prequel. Kyle Lakey, $5 says the Dabbleverse finds it entertaining that John F's with other people. Things will change drastically if something bad happens to those cats. Oh,
There's something bad has happened to them. They're in the custody of John.
That's a good point. Yes, but you're right. People will turn on him if that happens. Jay Dead $5. Hey Lucy, would you be interested in a less creepy younger Quad asking for a friend? Oh,
Younger.
she just said she would F Quad, so
It's true.
This kid, I can vouch for Jay Dead. He's got his head screwed on straight. His
All right.
legs are on backwards, but his head is screwed on straight. 100%.
Get some of that Born on the 4th of July oral sex.
Telling you, Jay Dead and Quad murder ball at Dabblecon 2. Let's do it.
Ooh.
Come
Oh,
on.
baby.
Jay Batista became a new member. Thank you very much for that. Dixon Cider gifted 10. Who are these podcast memberships? Thank you very much for that. Like, Shuli can't help it. He's got muscle memory.
Well,
When
my
it
muscle
comes-
memory is so quick.
Yay, super chats.
Thank you, Dixon Cider. And anyone who got a membership, I'll just tell you, we do 2 bonus episodes every single month, and you can watch WTP live Wednesdays and Saturdays. It's all in the community tab. You find all the links to all the shows that are behind the paywall. Full T had $2. When is the dues payer coming to Pickwick? I'm in. Well, you guys
do
were
it.
looking at that at one point.
Yeah. I think a West Coast thing is definitely happening, but it's in the work. The Dabblecon 2 will lead to a lot of big things, ladies and gentlemen.
I
Stay
agree.
tuned.
Dabblecon 2 is going to sell out.
Yes.
So get your tickets. Comedy or carlsoncomedy.com is where you want to go. Now, there's 3 different events. There's Friday night, we're doing the roast of the Dabbleverse, followed by karaoke.
Correct.
And then Saturday afternoon, we're doing live podcasts, Uncle Rico Show, Who Are These Podcasts, potentially a potato tukey soup combination in there as well. And then Saturday night, the second annual Dabbies, which I'm very much looking forward to. The Dabbies was definitely the highlight of last year's Dabblecon. And after that, we're doing a Stuttering John dance party. Now, you
Correct.
can purchase the weekend pass and just you're set. You got all the tickets, do all the things, you're there for it. There's also a VIP weekend pass. You'll see what the details are on the website. Or you can buy individual events if you just want to go to the Dabby Awards. You just want to see the roast. You can do that as well. So that's all available up on carlsoncomedy.com.
Karl, what would happen if I go to Dabblecon 2 and I maybe drank too many beers and then I wanted to avoid a hangover the next day? Would there be anything that I could take to avoid that?
I would recommend Banana Bag. Bananabag.org is what you want to use for that. Actually, Hughezy, I was going to say, if you do decide to come to Dabblecon and drink too much, please don't pee on your roommate's luggage. Don't just take a leak on their pants or anything like that.
We should put that up on the website this year
Yeah.
when people are buying tickets.
Please do not
A little
do
bit of
that.
warning. Yeah.
Shitterson is in the house.
Genius.
Be careful, Shuli. That cease desist may turn into criminal lawsuits.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It went from civil to criminal in his mind. And he was like, I made the decision. You know?
I remember when that was happening in real time. I'm like, that's not a thing, John. You can't call the cops. File a criminal lawsuit.
Dabblecon 1 was so good that this guy not only pissed all over somebody else's luggage, he still ended up fucking somebody at it.
Yeah.
That's everyone gets pussy at Dabblecon. That's true.
It's just one, but everybody gets it.
Have you ever
Hey,
seen
Lucy.
The Accused? Well, that's going to be Lucy's job at
Yeah,
Dabblecon.
there you go.
Funeral director $2 says, when will Vince the lawyer be on? Show needs
Hi,
a different
Vince.
vibe.
Hi,
Full T had $5 says, hi Lucy. I too have a tight box. Nice to meet another person afflicted with one.
That's really lovely.
That is really lovely.
We have to unite.
I want all the tight boxes to get together and unite at Dabblecon.
At Dabblecon.
Yeah,
of
so it'd be
course.
like a tight box reunion.
Yes.
This is your MLK moment, Carl. Right here. Very good.
I have a dream. All right, $10 says, I think I could explain Quad calling John Sir all the time. When Cardiff is Tukey's producer, that's Ralph, not Cardiff, he constantly calls him Sir and agrees with everything. Difference is when Cardiff does it, it's funny. I had the same thought, Clyde, because that's the funny bit that he calls this stupid puppet Sir. And John is also stupid, so it is kind of funny to call someone like that. You know, showing them respect is part of the joke, I guess. Full T had $2. I super chat John about his meeting. He claimed ignorance.
He wasn't lying.
Yeah, I know. John never has to claim ignorance.
It's actually spelled MEATING, smart guy.
Yeah, right. You would find the worst thing to point out with it. Nasty Al is coming in with a $50.
Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat. Nasty L has been helping to pay for Karl's dentist appointments for some time now.
Take.
We're totally going to use that money for the dentist too, Nasty L. $50. He says, hey, Shuli, didn't this dummy say you had until today, the 7th, to retract your nefarious comments or you'll hear from his attorney? He was asked on his show, but blew it off. Lucy is a great ad. You too, Hughezy, FSJ, Thank you, Nasty L. Love this guy.
Yeah, I gave him the deadline of the 12th. He went the 7th. So now I'm changing mine to the 9th. So now, John, you have till the 9th to do whatever I said you need to do.
Okay.
All right? Thank you.
Sounds like a lot of blackmailing going on to me. Oh, I like this one. Muscle memories coming in. There's 2 types of Jews, Shulis and Nogas. My son paid his dues. He's supposed to pay his dues. What you want? A lock? What's
What
that
you
word?
want, a locker? Yeah, he's doing Chris Rock doing
Right,
Jewish
with
material.
the Jewish material, I get it.
Yeah, I like it.
Cool Cut Cassie, $2. Hi, Karl. Hi, Drunko. Hi, Hot Chick. Hi, Menorah Man.
Why don't I get to be Menorah Woman?
Trust me, Hot Chick is better. Stick with Hot Chick.
Fine.
Reverend Just Say Powerful Pooper $2 says, I can't stand this quad slander. Neither can he.
I see what you did there.
I get it. King of all dabblers, $10. Thank you. Am I the only one who finds Quad's Headbangers Ball t-shirt ironic? Holy shit. I never thought of that.
That's a good one.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, don't play Run to the Hills around them.
It's pretty good stuff right there. Oh, I got to check out what Penis Wrinkle has to say. $5 says, you catch a glimpse of SJ's bicep. It looks even smaller than before. So much for muscle memory. His arm looks like a twig with a golf ball taped to it. It's not impressive. I will tell John that. I know he's been doing the dumbbell curls and he thinks that he's looking good. It's not happening yet. But give it time. You're 60. I'm sure you'll get ripped. That's usually how that works. Killian Monson to pounds. How many head sizes ago were John's gym selfies?
I don't know how old it was. I will say I think he rode his Harley to the gym. That's how old I think those pictures were.
I see what you did there.
Yep, Aroonies.
Well, since we're talking about the gym real quick, I want to bring up John talking about his workout. Because, humble brag, I own a treadmill at my house. I don't go to the gym. I just have equipment here.
You just have laundry on it? Go ahead.
And so this is how John explains his workout.
God knows I'm gaining fucking muscle. I did 30 minutes at 7.5, 8 incline.
Wow.
On the treadmill at 3 miles per hour. As Kate Meany told me, she told me to do 12. I'm now working my way up to 8. And then I did.
Okay. So again, John says, because before he said he did a 50 incline. So now it's 7.5. It's so funny. It's the same with his height. It can't be 7. It's 7.5 incline.
And there's nothing a young hot chick loves more than a 58-year-old guy going, what should I set the treadmill to? Help me out here.
But the point that I want to make here is at 3 miles per hour, it's almost hard to walk on a treadmill that slowly. That is not a pace. That is a working out pace. I don't care if it's on an incline. That's not impressive to anyone.
Yeah, and someone needs to tell the Ultimate Warrior that if you're building muscle, you're not supposed to use a treadmill because that's how you burn fat and muscle off.
Right.
So it's almost as if he's lying. I know I shouldn't be saying this stuff, but he's kind of ruined his reputation with that type of comment.
Well, his personal trainer is Kate Meany, who also doesn't work out. So it might not be helping.
Yeah. You don't need to work out when the cocaine's always burning the weight off.
Right.
Hey,
Allegedly.
I did 30 minutes on the muscle walker machine.
So then Quad, the greatest ball washer in the history of ball washing.
You need
Here's
a spotter? You need a spotter, John?
It's worse than that. And Quad, whatever you're trying to do, it can't be worth your dignity like this.
That's a hell of a workout, man. You got your regiment down.
He can't even look up.
He can't.
Look at, I'm going to play this again. Look at his body language. Look at what Quad is doing. He's so ashamed of himself, and he should be for saying this.
That's a hell of a workout, man. You got your regiment down.
I gotta admit, John, you're totally vascular. You know, you look hammered, man.
Now, Shuli, I know that you need to run in a minute.
Yeah.
So
So
before
does Quad. But look at the look in Stuttering John's eyes where he's thinking, yep, I'm fucking pumping iron.
yeah, no, this is like he's finally some validation. I do a 3 mile per hour workout on a treadmill, and this guy's telling me that I'm jacked, and he's right. He's got that down.
That's the look of love. This man just found someone as insane as he is, and he's in love. That's what that is.
All right. So I have an idea for Dabblecon. Now, I know that we have meetings still coming up to talk about what we're doing, Shuli.
Yeah.
But John says something here, and I just like, ding, ding, ding. I just realized, like, oh, this is an amazing idea.
I don't care. I actually like getting punched in the face. It doesn't bother me.
I'm in.
All right. I didn't want John there, but if we could just like get a line of people to come and punch him in the face, it's like the movie Airplane. It's just like a line of people.
Just do it with a monkey wrench, just so I could stand there smacking it.
Well, what's up with John's selective lisp? Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Just do it.
Just do it. It comes out when he's goofing on Karl, which is very ironic.
This guy sounds so effeminate.
Yeah, like he goes, Karl sounds effeminate. Let me say hi to all my friends out there.
There's nothing wrong with being gay, John. I just want to point that out.
Listen, I tried it for a week. It was a blast. On that note, I got to jump. TSN tonight, Uncle Rico, 7 o'clock. Come join us. Lucy, it was a pleasure. Great job. You're welcome anytime. Hughezy,
Thank you.
disgusting.
All right. Yeah, Uncle Rico tonight they're watching the BYB appearance, so that's definitely worth checking
Go
out.
take your bots with you.
I want to thank my buddy Hulkamania for gifting another 5. Who are these podcast memberships? This guy is always bringing it.
Yay, super chats.
Thank you for that. And then, whoa, not to be outdone, Rover coming in with 20 gifted memberships. Holy shit. Thank you, Rover. And thanks, I'm sure all the people will be thankful. Turn on accept gifted memberships if you haven't already. Again, you can watch our show Wednesdays at 5, Saturdays at 2. Who are these podcasts? We put the link in the community tab for anyone who has a membership, and there's bonus episodes we put out as well. So if you become a member, check that out. Mookie stinks, $2. I've said it before. Quad had 2 useless spines. And then Hulkamania with another 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much, Hulkamania. We got to get a jingle for this Hulkamania guy. Uncle Jack, $20. Thank you. Great panel. This is for the Hottie, Grant's brother, the Mick. But do not do that loser at the bottom. But not to that loser. I think he's talking about Shuli, right?
I think he sure is.
Yeah, because I'm Grant's brother.
Uh-huh.
Hughezy's the Hottie.
Yeah, of course.
And he thinks you're the Mick. Yeah.
He's wrong, but
I get it.
Yeah.
Sean, $5 says, can't wait for Dabblecon 2. Looking forward to seeing you all. Sean, I can't wait to see you guys. And looking forward to meeting you for sure. Looking forward to hanging out when it's actually nice out in Rochester.
It's going to be horrible just because you said that.
No, it's going to be nice. It's going to be way better than the last time when it was 0.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's going to absolutely be better than the last time, but.
Holy shit, would you look at this? This is something else. Jeopardy Ace coming in with 20 gifted memberships.
And the show has reached a new low.
It's my only Jeopardy drop that I have, so I thought I'd play it. But thank you very much, Jeopardy Ace, for gifting 20. I'd like to see him compete against John while watching Jeopardy someday. Dang Lizard says, 8 beers, John said, what's a bucket again? Charity McDonough's $2. Anyone else have an urge to motorboat?
Is that because I've got my shirt open and you can see the chest hair?
Probably.
It's got to be.
Everybody's flirting with me.
I could throw a beer can over that trash can. $2 says, Lucy looks just like the Edmonton Oilers flasher. Did you see that chick, Lucy?
I did not.
So there was this.
Should I be complimented or not complimented?
You should be complimented. So there's
Okay.
this woman
Yes.
during the game against Dallas.
Okay.
And the Oilers, I don't know if they just scored a goal or they just won the game and moved on to the finals. Either way, this woman was very excited. Big Oilers fan. She's got the Oilers jersey on. Lifts it up. Perfect rack.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay.
Someone next to her happened to be filming her, caught it, put it on the internet. We've all seen it. But here's the crazy part. She is yet to be identified. We have the entire internet working on this. There's a lot of people working on this right now, and no one can figure out who this woman is because people are dying to give her money for her OnlyFans, and we can't figure out who she is.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Usually these people are discovered like that.
Maybe
Some
it
guy
was
already
me.
offered her $100,000 for a contract. I know Barstool's all over this. You can't find her.
Wait, how long ago was that?
A couple nights ago.
And wow, that's very impressive.
I know. I don't know how she's
Great job,
dodging
dudes.
this publicity.
Very
Pulp Girl 76 gifted 5 Who Are These Podcast memberships. Thank you very much. Very generous group today here. Generous. Did I say generous? They're generous. No, the generous group here today. Thank you very much. Kyle Lakey, $5. John's the type of drunk you want drinking on his road trip. If he relents, equals seizure, shakes, depth perception issues, organ withdrawal, etc. That's correct. He does need to get his medicine every day. DPM $5. Shuli, don't have the repugnant granny on your show. Put down the vape pen and have some kind of standards. I said the same thing to him. Like, can you make Granny tolerable?
It's
He claims
true.
he will.
We also were talking about how John was showing up to BYB 8 beers in. There's no way Granny's going to show up less than 8 beers in.
Yeah.
Where does Granny live in the U.S.? Is he a West Coast guy?
I think he's
a-
East Coast.
Florida.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you're probably right.
Yeah.
That's Doo-Doo Baby, $5. I appreciate you showing my super chat at Hackamania, Karl. Not exactly sure when Fatty McSlob shit goes live. Shitting on him is hilarious, though. I'm not sure who he's referring to. Who's Fatty McSlob shit?
Could be anyone.
It could be a lot of people, I would imagine. But yeah, thanks for super chatting us, that Doo-Doo Baby at Hackamania. Zach Hoffman, $2. How badly must he reek at the gym, guys? Gross.
No, I don't
only-
want to think
I
about
can
it.
only imagine his fucking feet. Ugh. Killian, £2. Oh, hey, Lucy. Want to go see Incantation with me?
Yes.
Wow. You got to give Lucy credit. She is a yes first kind of gal.
Yes.
She's up for a good time.
But also, I
Carl-
love Incantation. Incantation's amazing. I've seen them a couple of times.
All right.
She literally has a dildo on her desk during the stream. She's going to go see a band.
All right. Fair enough. Good point. I mean, it was 3D printed just for her. How many girls can say that?
It's true. I feel very
I mean,
honored.
it's pretty impressive.
How do they
TJ,
know the
$2.
size?
Yeah, how do they get that right? TJ, $2 says Shuli and Hughezy. Boy, Lady K, you love hacks. Oof, I'm glad only Hughezy saw that. Woo. Do you imagine? Alan Dempsey, $2 says, F that reels. I'm going to buy her some overslaw. Wow, there's some competition for you, for your love.
I like Taco Bell, guys. You don't have to try so hard.
That's true. That's a good point. Hulkamania, another 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Hulkamania. And the people who get those memberships, thank you as well. DPM, $5. I don't believe Karl is gay, but I bet he would be good at it. He's a natural. Just do it. Thank you very much, DPM. I think that's a compliment. Dr. Bumgarden, $20 says, you guys are awesome. Never been so many loving chatters. Love you all. It really has been fantastic here in the chat room. So thank you guys very much for the support. And thanks for being here for us. Cupcakes Corner with American Cupcake, $5. How much of an alcoholic is SJ? I'm heading to Miami from San Diego right now. It'll take me 2 days. It'll take John a week so he can drink. Pathetic. Now, first off, that's impressive to go from San Diego to Miami in 2 days. That seems difficult, right?
That seems like hell.
Yeah, I wouldn't try that.
Never.
Yeah.
Not in a million years would I do that.
Just fly and get your car shipped or something. That's a horrible idea. Why would anyone put themselves through that? Like, you get to Florida and you're like, oh, great, now we just have another 18 hours to go. Like, what the fuck? That sucks. Hughes, you wouldn't know this because you live in a very small country. The United States is quite large, quite a large landmass.
Oh yeah, well, I've seen Fast and the Furious. I understand that
All right,
it
never
takes
mind.
effort. You know how you can drive up and down walls and stuff.
Yeah. I didn't realize that you were an expert on this. My fault.
Yeah.
TJ $2 says, "Oh, someone read this one for me."
You know how well I read.
Yeah, so do it. Let's hear it.
Nasser, no, you know that.
I have no idea what that means.
Hard at work today. 1.4K. Nice, Shuli.
I don't know if that's a reference to buying views. I don't know what that is. All right. Red 473 $10 says, John's been blueballing us with lawsuit threats for years now. All I want is my Dabbleverse courtroom sketches. I'm all for a good edging session, but sometimes you just want a nut. Thank you, Red 473. I swear to God, if John would just sue one of us, it'd be the greatest thing ever. We're all waiting for it to happen. One of the greatest things in internet goss history was what's known as the Lowell suit. And this was when Dick Masterson's former partner, Maddox, decided to sue Dick and I think 19 other entities and people for a total of $400 million. And it was laughed out of the courtroom, but not before Dick and a bunch of other people had to pay a lot of money to defend themselves. And it was one of the most shameful things anyone's ever done, and it made Maddox look like a total loser. And so when John threatens lawsuits, it makes him look like a loser. But if he actually went through with it, I can't even explain how great that would be for everyone but John. It would be amazing. So I always root for that to happen as well. I am with you on that. The great Missy B is here. Missy B will be on WATP tomorrow. Looking forward to that. She says, for $20, thank you. Be ashamed if someone told John he's been doing his podcast with a Proud Boy Nazi sycophant. Yes, Missy, I brought this up earlier in the show. You posted it on Uncle Rico. You also texted me about it in the Gavin McGinnis channel. He's in there. I mean, and it's fine. I don't care about Quad's politics. Probably more aligned with Quad than I am with Stuttering John. But the fact that John puts up with this just because this guy ball washes him, he would never put up with a Proud Boy on his show.
You don't care about his politics. John does, or John should.
Yes, correct.
But that's the thing that I find fascinating is that how have they never spoke about politics or Biden this whole time?
It comes up.
No way that
it comes up from time to time,
Yeah.
and then they're just like, we shouldn't talk about this.
Yes, every single time they change the subject almost immediately to something much dumber. I would actually like to watch them argue about politics because I don't think that either of them.
I would too. And this is the thing, Lucy, is that John knows he can only talk to people who agree with him, or else he'll be found out because he doesn't have any of the facts. He doesn't really follow politics at all. He just reads some headlines that teach him what to think. And then he goes along with that. So when he has Hell Sparks on and the Midas Touch or Tony Michaels or Brian Karam or any of these idiots, he just lets them blah, 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 and he goes, yep, yeah, of course, right, yeah. If Quadfather started talking to him about economic policy, holy shit, Joe would have no fucking clue, which would be amazing.
Did you see that, speaking of political stuff, John agreed to debate Trump and the virus with Gino Bisconti? So Gino set up a live stream and John immediately blocked Gino.
Okay, say that again, Hughezy. Use English this time. What happened?
Well, Gino wants to debate the flu virus of 2020. I'll not say the word in case it gets...
Oh, I see what you're saying. He wants to have a debate about the flu virus of 2020. Fauci's ouchie.
Yeah, and about Trump. But so Gino set up the live stream.
Nice.
And John immediately blocked him on everything. So
what a pussy.
Yeah.
What a giant
he knows
pussy.
he's wrong.
Oh, you know what I want to talk about too? This Rob Saul character this week was on his show. And so Rob Saul used to be pretty close with Bob Levy. I guess they did a show together, did shows together. And apparently Rob also bought Coke for Bob, or was his Coke dealer or something like that. He talked about it a few times. But he's to Coke dealing what Aaron Imholt is to wife swapping. It's like, I don't want a Coke dealer who a couple of years from now, I was going to go on the internet and be like, oh my gosh, you got to hear what Karl was up to. And then we were doing this, and then he bought this. Just like, yeah, these are secrets. All right. Whether you're wife swapping or doing blow, these are things that the internet doesn't need to know about. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah, but you know the greatest thing about it, even Levy will tell you that this was happening up until as recently as 2 years ago. Levy was still doing coke.
Yeah. So
why do you?
No, I don't. I don't judge people who do. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just think that's hilarious that Levy was at least still doing the nose beard at his age. Like, I think that's kind of.
You think that's funny because of why? Because of his age, or why do you think that's funny?
Yeah, it's just cause the idea that he would still be doing that stuff. I guess it kind of explains why he's trying to fight people. But I love it.
All right, I could translate this for everyone. Hughezy is saying, when I come to Dabblecon 2, can I do blow with Bob Levy? Because that's one of my goals in life. And you might be able to, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do for you.
Yeah, might as well. Kelly, you in?
Why not?
There you go.
There's a first for everything, right?
Adam, have you been to the U.S. before?
Yes, I went to New York in...
Let me guess, to see a concert.
No, just sightseeing. And I got to see some of Spider-Man 2 be filmed. That's how long ago it was.
Okay. Now, would you ever come to the U.S. for one of these podcasting events like a Dabblecon or something like that?
Potentially, although fucking Lemmy told me that there was going to be a Dabbleverse cruise. And I actually got excited, and then she explained that she was lying to me because she thinks I'm stupid. So
could you imagine a Dabbleverse cruise? It'd be like a 2.5 hour booze cruise on a canal somewhere.
Somebody else suggested that too, and I was like, but I want to do it though. Why are we not doing it?
Yeah, I think that'd be great. You know, splashing people with stuff. It's fun.
All right, so Lucy, we were just in Vegas together.
Yes.
I remember we were at the venue and all the people were there who were there to watch the show and support us, and that was awesome. And we got to talk to everyone. They were all really cool and took photos and whatever and had conversations. And then remember how, like, if we wanted to, we could just like go to Fremont Street or the Strip
and like escape
the
area.
Yeah, right. And just like have some moments to yourself and just, go out and have dinner with your significant others. Remember that part of it?
They do the 20,000 tons of metal cruise, and I have a bunch of friends who play on bands that do that, and they all say it's amazing.
I'm sure it is. I'm kidding. I've been on a couple Weezer cruises, as people know, and they were fun. Daniel August, Tight Box Assemble, like the Tiger Cats, only hotter. Hotter than the Tiger Cats?
Thank you.
Wait, is it Thundercats? I've never heard of Tiger Cats. Is that a thing? Shane M, 1980, $10 says, the dance party idea is super gay. Keep doing Shuli ideas. All will go well. It sounds gay, and it is, but I bet people will enjoy it.
I'll be dancing.
I bet it will be good, yes.
As long as people only dance to Stuttering John's songs.
Yes.
That's gotta happen. And then you're gonna do the live recreation play of One Too Many.
Yeah, we're gonna do that for sure. My idea was to have the Isotopes perform, and that's when she was just like, "Yeah, what if we just played DJ Dabbler?" So, oh yeah, that's probably a better idea. Plaguerat with $10 This idiot calling himself the Duke of the Dabbleverse is exactly like Homer making himself junior vice president of his own company. That's funny. Yeah, you don't have to be the Duke. You could be a higher ranking if you want. Mike Cuts, $5. Guys, I've worked 26 years in LE. If you call a boss sir, you're fighting. It means F you. I hope Quad knows this, but I doubt it.
No, he knows.
26 years in LE. What's LE?
I was just going to ask that too.
Anyway, either way, it's a professional thing, I would imagine. And yes, calling someone sir in this day and age is awkward and bizarre. And if John wasn't such a narcissist, he would have put an end to it right there. He's like, my name's John. Don't call me sir,
No, but Quad definitely is setting him up for something. I've been told by multiple sources, even someone in a wheelchair and a baseball cap.
Yeah.
And looks like Ming the Merciless.
Yeah. Even someone who's Jewish. It was just on the show a little while ago.
Yeah.
LG Guido says, Karl, when are you paying off your house? Great question. I don't know. Pat Shan, 5 pounds. Why do I feel the drinking won't kill SJ, but the gym will? That's funny. Could you imagine? He finally decides to get into shape, and that's what kills him. I can see it.
3 miles an hour on the treadmill.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
It was too much.
Yeah. But
his pulse is not getting up that much.
The reason why I don't believe Stuttering John isn't at the gym, because you see so many people filming other people at the gym that if somebody's seen that's fucking Stuttering John trying to do bench presses, it would have leaked online. It's
because everybody
a farce.
knows who he is.
Well,
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because I was watching his show and he said that there was a guy who was like, hey, are you John Melendez? And he's like, yeah, actually I am. And I forget who the guy's name is, but he pulled out his phone as mind if I film a video. And he filmed a video showing the sign of the gym and then showing John. He goes, so I'm sure that'll be online any day now. So we'll watch for it. I'm looking. We'll see.
But that's the thing. You got to give the guy time to upload the video because it's so difficult to upload videos to the internet now. Like it takes days.
It's gonna take some time. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a good point. Michael P, $5. Any recommendations about sneaking a 6-year-old dabbler into the Carlson, fake mustache and trench coat, asking for a friend? Maybe there's 2 6-year-olds. One 6-year-old's going to be a tough sell unless they say they're
on
Shuli.
top of each other.
Yeah, just have the 1 6-year-old say they're Shuli. To buzz their head, they'll get right in. Count Connor, Kate Meany's his own personal Richard Simmons. Mr. Ozenpig, $2 says, all this treadmill talk has me, Lucy and Karl, moist.
Oh, baby.
Ugh. Count Connor, $2. Quad, any suggestions on leg curls? Quad, what's your leg day like?
Pretty laxed.
Fuck you, sir.
Yeah. My legs curl anyway.
Hamhead, $5 says, John said his bike had 18,000 miles on it. He bought it in 2005. Pathetic Weekend Warrior put less than 2,000 miles a year on it. Yeah, that's a good point. Especially if you're living in LA, you should be able to drive that thing year round.
Yeah, but if you're living in LA, you would need to have places to go to drive.
Good point.
Your bike, you know.
Yeah, you have to have appointments and friends.
You would need to be sober enough to drive.
Oh, says who? Mad? I mean, what are you talking about? I don't know about that.
No one told me there was going to be boasting.
Aaron Brown, $2 says, geez, Karl, no one told me there's going to be boasting. You got it. Looney Tunes critic coming in. Lucy can be menorah woman. I'd like to light her labia menorah.
Oh, baby. I don't think I want that on fire.
Well,
Rude.
yeah, I mean, I don't think it means light. Like,
not literally?
Literally. I think he just wants to warm it up, maybe.
Oh,
maybe with a
okay.
couple sticks.
In that case, I'm in.
Okay, very good.
This kind of stick or different?
Kenneth Pogue, remember for 4 months. Johnny likes it. Sign me up. Where's the boxing ring? Yeah, Johnny likes getting punched in the face. He said it right there. I like getting punched in the face. What? The fuck is wrong with you? Dermbag Dave, $2 says, thanks for signing my underwear, Karl. Oh, you're very welcome. Dermbag Dave. I remember doing that. I signed a shirt for Bill Loney. He wasn't there, but a guy wanted me to sign a shirt for him.
I signed that shirt too.
I signed underwear for Dermbag Dave. Thanks for coming to Vegas. Why are you trashing me? $5. Karl, you ever think how your life would be different if SJ heard you trash him and said, he's right, I'm a drunk buffoon. Couldn't get off social media and get help. Could you imagine? Yes, my life would be very different. I would have been dealing with Google ads all day today if that's what would have happened. I got that report, sir. Did you want to see the results of our conversion rate? That's what I used to do. Danny Brophy, $2. I'm now a fan of Lucy because she loves incantation.
I'm very excited about that.
Wow.
Hi, Danny.
That's all it takes, huh?
Yeah.
That and the boobs. I would
I'll
imagine.
talk about death metal anytime anybody wants to.
Are they as good as the Pet Shop Boys?
I'm going to say yes, but I'm not familiar enough with the Pet Shop Boys to know the answer.
What was their big hit? What's the Pet Shop Boys' big hit?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Well, West End Girls. I forgot there was the whole Atlantic
I know that.
Ocean. Yeah.
I know that song.
I feel like I'm back in Vegas talking to Ray DeVito again. Just keeps wanting to talk about music. Hey, but Karl, what about the Weezer's third album, the Green Album? That's pretty good, right? Some hits off of that, right? Carol Dillon with €5 says, SJ equates IQ with education. I have a master's degree, but guys in high school equivalent here in Ireland who dropped out would make shit of me regarding IQ. Yes, Carol. And I appreciate you being humble. I'm sure you're very smart, but everyone fucking knows that but John. Everyone knows that. When John was challenging Anthony Cumia, the Ant-Man, to an IQ test, you forget about your joke there? To an IQ test, we were all going, John, I've heard Anthony talk. I've heard you talk. He's way, way smarter than you. What are you doing? Why do you think that just because you have a college degree, you're smarter? You're not. Promise you that. Why are you trashing me? $2. Why does Hughezy get a free pass to trash SJ's kids?
I don't. I just really like doing it. I don't like them.
It's also an international thing.
No,
You know,
I just
jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Has to do with jurisdictions. Cupcakes Corner with American Cupcake, $5. It's my job, guys. I am a truck driver. I have a delivery to Miami. Oh, you're driving to Miami because you're driving cross country for your job. That makes sense. So that's why 2 days.
Also, we met Cupcake in Vegas. Very,
did.
very nice.
Yes.
To meet him.
Okay, that makes way more sense. Now I get it. I thought you were just fucking like, let's just drive from San Diego to Miami, see what happens. Radish gifted a membership. Thank you very much, Radish. Lazy 420, a $3 super sticker. Thank you very much, Lazy 420. DJ Davies, $5. I did 20 in the US of A, and Sir Ma'am are gestures of respect. Oh, okay, gotcha. So this is military. And Sir Ma'am are gestures of respect in military culture that is permanently ingrained even after you leave. Got it. Yes. Then it makes sense. Not when you're the Quadfather talking to a stuttering buffoon. That's when it doesn't make sense. Hulkamania gifted another 5, and then, God damn this Hulkamania. This guy's the best. Gifted another 10 after that.
Yay, super chats.
What's
Did
that,
I make
50?
It's a lot. I don't know what kind of pesos he's buying those with, but either way,
They're
I
probably
appreciate
just
it.
putting the same one up, Lucy. It's all fake bot.
I'm surprised. I've never been accused of doing the fake stuff like the Shuli Network is, even though whenever we do these shows, we have very similar numbers. You know, you would think that right there would kind of prove that they're probably not faking it, but go figure. Uncle Jack, $5 says, I got a backup quad here. He calls everyone sir. It's not uncommon, but it's a bit much when he's with John. Now, I don't think that's true. When he first started on John's show, he never called him sir. This is more of a recent occurrence.
Yeah, I've never heard Quad say that.
So I'm not sure about that.
I don't think that I noticed it until people started pointing it out. So I have not gone back and looked at the older stuff to see if he did it back in the day.
All right. So a couple things I wanted to show you guys before we get out of here. And this one comes in from the Chuckster. The Chuckster does a lot of great work in Dabblers Anonymous. And I thought this was very fun. This is 100% Besties. Super Chat Slumber Party. And there you have John, Quad, and Rob Saul.
Aww.
With their teddy bears. And they're all loving each other.
It's so cute.
It is. I like that a lot. So great job, the Chuckster.
They look so sincerely happy.
Yeah, that's actually a rare smile out of Quadfather right
Yeah.
there. It's as he's being tortured on that show.
Yeah, that was taken during he was watching in the first 20 minutes of Mississippi Burning,
I believe it.
allegedly.
All right. Rocco, as you guys know, I don't know if he's even still with us. You know, he was hospitalized after Hackmania. And Stuttering John obviously would not celebrate something like that, even though Tukey and El Harible both said bad things about John and made fun of him. And, you know, they invented a fourth child that John has. So, you know, there's a lot of guy stuff going on that John gets upset about. But you got to think that when someone is like hurt or in the hospital, hospitalized, he's going to be the bigger man, take the high road on that, right? Lucy, I mean,
Well,
you know
I don't
John.
think that John would do that. I think
You don't?
a normal human.
Hold on a second. You
I
really
know.
think that John would be such a scumbag that he would be excited for Rocco to be in the hospital?
I can't give him credit on this one.
All right, you're right. Here it is.
Funeral director, will you attend Rocco's funeral? Wedding crashes. This guy, this is what happens, Quad. When you start hating on a whole entire group of people, that's the kind of karma that comes back and bites you in the ass. So he was in the hospital, and I'm happy to hear it. I'm happy
What
to
an
hear
asshole.
it. Now, I don't wish harm on anybody, but him, yes, I don't care.
All right, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I don't wish harm on anybody, but him, yes. Now, John just said it's karma because...
And Rocco's funeral, wedding crashes. This guy, this is what happens, Quad. When you start hating on a whole entire group of people.
When you start hating on a whole entire group of people. Rocco goofs on Stuttering John and Aaron Imholt. Stuttering John hates every single person who voted for Trump or who will vote for Trump. That's a much larger group of people. If karma is a thing, John, watch yourself. Because he literally hates these people. People who didn't get vaccinated. He hated them. There's large groups of people we're talking about.
Yeah, and I can give you a spoiler alert, Karl, that when these two fall out and John finds out that Quad is one of Shuli's moles, he's going to say the same thing about Quad. Oh, you're a Republican racist. That's why the karma made you fall out of that tree.
For sure. 100%. Wait, 100%. I just caught myself.
Sir.
Wait until they have their falling out. It is going to be nothing but politics bashing. And I mean, just the fact that he's wearing that hat that he's wearing on this show and John sits there and doesn't comment on it.
Doesn't say anything about it ever.
John, you're such a fraud. And I'm not saying you should care about politics as much as you do. You shouldn't. It really doesn't matter as much as you think it does. I promise you that. But you're such a fucking fraud. Imagine him wearing that hat showing up with Brian Karem and Richard Ojeda. What they would do with that. They would not be pleased. Do you guys know who Robert Myers is?
No.
Robert Myers is one of John's friends. John has like 3 or 4 people who super chat him who don't insult him when they super chat him. Robert Myers is one of those guys.
Okay.
Robert Myers is a fucking bummer. All right? This is specifically the reason why I stopped going on Facebook. Is because of shit like this. Check out this super chat from Robert.
Robert Myers, thanks for the tenor. Home, taking break from the hospital. Was there since 5:30 this morning. Lisa's still there, though. Lungs are a little better, but kidney numbers are getting worse, along with his liver and heart. I'm sorry, Robert. My thoughts and prayers, I know it's a cliche, are with you and Lisa, and I hope your dad could pull through. His dad's in the ICU right now. So I hope that they could pull through. Seriously. And that's all I can say, but you're a good man, Robert.
Thanks for bringing the show to a halt.
And he's probably thinking, don't forget to let me know how your father's doing only through super chats.
Right. Update us again with another $10 and let us know if he's still alive 5 minutes from now. This guy's about as funny as Tom Myers. Like, what the fuck is... What's the point of doing a super chat like that? Like, how much sympathy do you need? How much attention do you need?
$10 worth.
Guess what? Everyone's dad dies. I know it's not great. I'm not happy about it, but you'll never see me super chat something looking for sympathy over something like this.
And I love that his break from watching his dad die is to watch a comedy die on this live stream.
Yes, everything's dying right now. All right, John is moving to Florida, as we know. And John is single. And John's ready to get out there and meet some gals. And he can't wait.
Plenty of ladies in the state of Florida. Plenty of ladies. Just joined Match.com.
Nice.
That was my old dating site where I started to delve in my singledom. And
your what?
That's where my ex actually met her spouse on Match.com. I remember when I first went on Match.com, Susanna and I matched. It was so funny. So I got to read her profile, and I'm like, what? She's like, my friend wrote it for me.
Okay. There's a lot to unpack just from that clip.
I hated everything about that.
So think about this. When John and his wife got separated, they both set up Match.com profiles. They were matched. They got to read each other's profiles. And John went to Susanna and said, what the fuck is this? This is inaccurate. This is an exaggeration. You can't say this kind of thing. It's like, John, she's a single woman. Leave her alone. He literally had to take her to task for what she wrote on her fucking dating profile. Like, dude, we're over. Mind your own fucking business. Move on. What an asshole.
Do you think he threatened to kill her then as well, or was that just for the Kevin Brennan stuff?
That's a good question. I mean, what do you think John's profile said that she read? I would love to see what Susanna's thoughts were when they were matched, when she read through John's thing about him being this giant celebrity with a huge dick and crushing puss.
And he works out all the time.
Yeah, he's in super good shape. My ideal first date is taking you to Jay Leno's garage to show you his 500,000 cause. What an asshole.
I can get you on Sirius.
Yeah, right.
For
what a piece
beach.
of shit. But that tells you everything you need to know, especially the way that he's trying to play it off. Like, watch this again at the end here, where he's like kind of like laughing it off, like, oh yeah. So then I called her out for it, and she had to defend herself.
Susanna and I matched. It was so funny. So I got to read her profile, and I'm like, what? She's like, my friend wrote it for me.
It's a poor woman.
Yeah. She had the goal to try to meet other people on a dating site. Yeah, because she's going to go on a dating site and go, I'm boring and my cunt stinks and I have a bunch of kids. Anybody want to go out for sushi?
Well, and John, to have the balls to say something like that, I've seen John's resume. He claims to be a self-starter and organized and good with software applications. This guy lies about everything. I can't even imagine what his profile says. And the fact that he had to torment Susanna, she's been through enough. She's been with you. She had 3 kids with you. And now you're still tormenting her?
And he doesn't say anything about her commentary about his
Of course
post,
not.
which means that she didn't say anything because otherwise he would have mentioned it. She has enough class to not do that.
Probably, yes. I would imagine, yes. So she probably didn't even read it. She's like, oh, shit.
Yeah,
This fucking loser.
Unsubscribe from the website, burn the internet down.
Now, what I love about John, and I wish he would do this more often, he likes to make jokes. It's a comedy show. Despite what Robert Myers thinks, this is a comedy show, guys. And when he makes jokes, and you're going to love this, because he does these jokes that are like right from his act. And like when you have jokes in your act, like you've obviously fine-tuned them. They're well-crafted. And so this is just...
And you know what? Living in Hollywood, we made it 13 years. That's like 127 in Kardashian. So, I mean, come on. That's pretty long for a Hollywood fucking romanced.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
This was from yesterday. He's still telling that hack joke from his act on his show.
He'll never stop.
Well, can you blame him? He's single. He'd probably get 3 blowjobs based off that one premise alone. That's good shit.
And you see how he tagged it? He doesn't know how to tag a joke. He just repeats it over and over again. He's like, hey, it's pretty good for Hollywood, right? Hollywood, huh? 13 years, Kardashians, huh? Yeah, no, we heard you, Jen. No one's laughing. No one's fucking laughing. So then when Quadfather comes on, they're talking about dating sites. And Quad has some advice for John, because John's talking about Match.com. And it's like, well, it's not 2003. Don't know why you're going on Match.com. But okay. But so Quad has some advice, and listen to how John explains it. He knows better.
Oh, MySpace. Yeah. Match. Get rid of the Match. Go to Tinder. Go to Plenty of Fish. You'll like it way better.
Okay.
Much better results, too. And you get some numbers.
I'm on Tinder. I got laid a billion times on Tinder.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I'm not telling you nothing.
And Bumble and Hinge.
So I know that
off the profile photograph
that doesn't count.
count.
That doesn't count. I know that John's lying because he's gotten laid 1 billion times off of Tinder. That might be 0, right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna say 1 billion times, if he said like I've had a few girls from Tinder, or a couple dozen, whatever, I'd be like, all right, maybe that's true. 1 billion?
Yeah, it's a lot of times.
It's a lot of pussy right there. I mean, that's beyond the U.S. There's a lot of travel involved, I would imagine. Yeah. Maybe I'm being too literal. Is that the case right now?
He's a very hyperbolic guy.
Maybe he goes back and re-fucks them once they've caught their oxygen back.
Maybe he fucks 3 holes, so every girl is worth 3. All right, hold on a second. There's a way to get to the math here. What, titty fucking 4?
Feet.
Oh, gross.
What else do you do, Lucy?
Yeah, let's read your profile. 30 Helens agree. Lucy, new ulcerate and Achilles are raging. Achilles.
Thank you.
I love Kids in the Hall. Mike Cuts $2 says, Ellie means law enforcement, you dork. Yes, law enforcement. That makes sense.
Turns out
Thank
we're
you,
not
Mike.
hanging out with enough law enforcement to know
Thank
that.
you, Mike. Coach $5 says, Hughezy, I used to smoke pot and listen to you on Keeping It 100 when I was in college. Karl ripping Ray DeVito and Lucy, what's up?
Hi.
An old fan of yours, Hughezy. Anything to say to Coach?
No.
Okay. Rocco RB2000. It's late, guys. It's late where Hughezy is. All right. Just want to point out. Sun's been down for a while. Rocco RB2000 $5 says, since when did SJ become pals with Teddy from Queer Kid stuff? A little sauce here. That's funny. That photo that I showed with the teddy bears on Who Are These Socials last night. I played the video that they're currently crowdsourcing. Queer Kid stuff is Linz and Teddy are crowdsourcing to bring back Queer Kid stuff. I'm here for it.
That's neat.
Radish has been a member for 1 month. He says, what is Quad's endgame? Please speculate, Hughezy. Speculate away, Hughezy.
Well, basically, he's getting all this info that he can, somebody may then leak out to Shuli so that they can keep making fun of him. Shuli is not adverse to offering money to people that help him out.
All right.
It's just basically like there's no world that Quad would genuinely enjoy speaking to fucking Stuttering John,
No.
unless he's
No
doing
way.
it to get the. It's like when you talk to a dumb bitch on the night out, you don't actually want to hear about her cat. You just want to get your dick sucked on the tractor home, right, Karl?
Correct. I think you nailed it right there, Hughezy. Brilliant speculation / analysis. Gartner fan, member for 2 months, says, thank you for a great PDP. Shuli was funny. Lucy is amazing as always. The Mick is a total flop as always. And Karl is just a lovable clubfoot. Well, thank you, Gartner fan. I actually think this has been Hughezy's best appearance. He's talked very little. Has anyone else noticed that? Can we give him some credit for that, everyone? I've actually had to tell Hughezy to talk, which has never happened before. So let's give him some credit for this. Devil's Joint, $5. Devil's Joint is the mod for that reality show for Lisa and Helga. Hey, Cousaroos, please wish Lisa well. She is in my thoughts and prayers. I promise you that. Unfortunately, Lisa Boswell is getting worse. Dr. Steve and I are attempting to arrange a house call. Thanks for the support, JJ. Oh, wow. Dr. Steve's getting involved in this. I hope that, I know that Lisa's been sick and has not been on the show as much lately and had a fill in. I hope that she gets over it and does better because we're all very concerned. We just learned about Lisa Boswell. We need Lisa in our lives now.
Yeah, Karl can't profit if she's dead.
You know what, Hughezy? You're making me out to be a monster. And I just want to say that when you say shit like that,
Nobody cares.
that's right. Nobody cares about your opinion, you jerk. Dang Lizard is here still. Thank you, Dang Lizard. Another €5. Did you forget that SJ, the holy, is dispenser of karmic justice? Neither Stevie Lou nor Rocco ever stood a chance, but seriously, get well, Rocco. I know John loves to act like karma works in a very specific way where if you slight John, karma comes to bite you. But if you make fun of everyone's wives and family members and my dad having cancer and everything else, he's just like, I don't have to worry about karma, though. I'm doing everything on the up and up. He's such a loser and a moron. But yes, thank you for pointing that out, Dang Wizard. I do forget that sometimes. Hulkamania, another 5 gifted memberships. I got to get a jingle for Hulkamania. I was looking at my board. I'm like, did we not make this yet? I would have thought that I'd have something.
You're
Make it happen.
slacking.
We'll make it happen. Flashy Vic, £5 says, that match thing never happened. He got that story from the many shitty sitcoms that featured that storyline. He hasn't an original scab on his body. Interesting. I think you're onto something with that. I don't think that John has the capacity to not make up stories about everything.
Well, I do. I've noticed him. All of his references are from at least up to date to about 20 years ago.
Right. BYB Podcast $5 says, would have knocked every one of your points out of the park. I'm surprised how off y'all are. It's like you don't watch the show, just prepared clips. Okay. How would I prepare clips if I didn't watch the show? I mean, like, remember when I was like setting them up and I knew the context and what you said after the words and beforehand and But yeah, okay, no, you're right. You would, if you would have been on the show, you would have debated me and crushed me. Correct. You win again, Quadfather. Rocco Orby does $5. He can find millions of partners, yet he can't find his Medicare or Medicaid cards. Dude, that we played it on WTP yesterday or the day before, but that fucking 1-800-Dabbler where the person's calling up and he's looking for his, hold on. He's typing away. Just went, well, you don't actually need it, sir. We can, hold on. I'll find it. It's here somewhere. Fantastic. Master Blaster, $2. Look at those lumps. Nice knees, lady. Okay. Hey, Lucy. You can't see my knees. John's big fucking tats. $5. I'm willing to bet money John hasn't been laid since the Obama administration. It's been a minute. It's been a minute for our buddy John. Hughezy, speaking of it's been a minute, you've been on here for 2 hours straight. Thank you very much. I introduced you at the beginning, but I haven't really given you a chance to do any plugs. Where can people find your fine programming? What are you up to?
Speaking of Lucy's tits and alcohol, she was just on my most recent episode. It's on YouTube at Hughezy Entertainment, where we recorded about the fucking Zack Snyder, potentially the worst filmmaker alive today or of all time. So go over there and see a drunk Lucy and a drunk Lemmy debate and troll the comments with sexism. Everybody else is, so why not you?
Beautiful. And they can find that at Hughezy Entertainment?
Yes. And
on
plus,
YouTube.
if you go there, you'll find hundreds of past clickbaitable interview clips that I've done with Lady K.
That's correct. I've been on your show many times. Look forward to coming back again soon. And Hughezy Entertainment, like and subscribe.
Thank you.
And the great Lucy Typebox, thank you for joining us for your first ever appearance on Point Dabble Point. It was delightful to have you. The chat seems to agree with that.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been a pleasure.
Lucy is very busy these days.
That
and
is
of
accurate.
Course, her main channel is Once Over with Kaylee, where she reviews movies.
Yes. So you can check that out on YouTube. You can also check out my Patreon, where you get early release movie review content, as well as unsexy popsicle reviews, and of course the review of the Stuttering Johnson. Lately I am doing a bunch of fun stuff movie wise. I just recently put out a review of The Usual Suspects with Annie, and coming up very soon, already out now on Patreon, is a review of Serial Mom with Tony from Hack the Movies.
Very nice.
The John Waters film?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
And of course, whoarethese.com is where you can go to find all things Who Are These Podcasts, Who Are These Socials, Who Are These Broadcasters. Thank you all for tuning in to another Point Dabble Point. If you're a fan of audio podcasts, as I am, I actually convert these to an MP3, and everyone who's on our Patreon and Supercast gets those so they can just listen to the show after we do these. And we put out all of our episodes in that format, so you can listen to it on your podcast player. So consider going to patreon.com/Who Are These Podcasts and signing up for as little as $5 a month for 2 bonus episodes. And you support us fine folks over here at WATP. Quad on PTP, Quad on Point Dabble Point is a good idea. I hope SJ allows it. I would have Quad on here. I don't think that would go over well, but if Quad's ready to jump ship, certainly be exciting to have him on here. All right. Everyone, for Shuli Agar and the Shuli Network and Uncle Rico, also Lucy Typebox, and it's Hughezy. Hello. I'm Karl, and I want to thank all of you for being here and hanging out for this very special edition of Point Dabble Point. Point Dabble Point.